Good evening, everyone. Looking at you sitting where you are, where I was sitting just a year ago, reminds me of the excitement we had. So I'm going to keep my speech on asset pricing and real estate bubbles in Catalonia short and sweet. While I was thinking of what I can contribute to your special day, I went on a memory carousel. Last year was definitely one of the most challenging times for me. Coming from a non-economics background and having been out of school for a while, I was thrown right into the intimidating world of linear algebra and proof derivations. While my friends seemed to know what was going on, I spent the first couple of weeks being convinced that there must have been a mix-up at the admissions office. Only that could explain my presence at the BGSE. I had no idea about what I was doing, and I felt like someone was going to expose me as a fraud at any second. Apparently, I was not that special, suffering from the psychological pattern, also known as the imposter syndrome. Every year, when they ask the incoming class of Stanford Business School students, how many of you in here feel that you are the mistake admissions committee made? 2/3 of the students raise their hands immediately. Looking back, I now realize that the hardest part for me was feeling like a complete outsider. I had left my cocoon where I felt established and successful. I was a student again, and I can assure you, it's not fun to be a student past a certain age. Luckily, I had good friends around me. They would support me by saying that my age made them want to calculate asymptotic distributions. So my context changed completely, and I thought I had to prove myself according to this new set of expectations to be considered successful. I went from a comfortable mindset of feeling competent to an unfamiliar mindset of feeling inadequate. Psychologist Carol Dweck says that there are two kinds of mindsets, a fixed mindset and a growing mindset. If you believe that your intelligence, talents, and creativity are carved in stone, you are more likely to see every situation as an evaluation where you need to validate yourself. Will I say the right thing? Is this going to make me stupid? Am I going to be rejected? In a fixed mindset, everything is quantitative. Given your fixed endowments, what will be the end product as measured by equally fixed standards of success? In order to maintain the image of being smart and talented, avoiding failure at all costs is the hallmark of a fixed mindset. The growth mindset, on the other hand, does not confine itself into the binary trap of success and failure. The main motivator here is not to prove how gifted you are, but to take on new challenges. It is about stretching yourself to learn new things and sticking to it, even when things don't go well and you might feel like an idiot. The good news is that these two mindsets are also not carved in stone. Dweck ran experiments with school-aged children where she first gave them a list of problems and then praised them on their performance. Half of these students were told, "Well done, you've done really well, you must have worked very hard." And the other half, they were told, "Wow, that's a very good score, you must be very smart." What she found is astonishing. The children who were primed as being smart were not keen to take on new and more challenging tasks. They were the ones who did solve more problems felt like failures when they scored lower marks. They did not enjoy the process at all, and most disturbingly, 40% of these kids lied about their scores when they had to report it privately. So this group of children were scared to damage their perceived image as being smart, and that fear overshadowed all else. This experiment stayed with me for two reasons. One, when we strive for approval rather than curiosity for learning, we get in our own way. And two, if success means being intelligent, then the second we feel like we are not that successful, it also means that we must be deficient in some way. We have many different definitions of success and yardsticks to gauge it. Some may measure success by the number of shining accolades received, like an army general's uniform. For others, success may simply be a matter of surviving that journey in the Mediterranean Sea in this increasingly hostile world. This relativity calls for us to personalize what success is and what it means to us. Because if we do have a more or less clear idea on this, it can help us stay true to ourselves. It can help us stay focused on the path we choose for ourselves, even when the context changes. They are like the landing lights on a runway. So you might be wondering what happened to me at the end. I thought I was going to fail, and now part of me wishes that I could tell you I failed to make the story a bit more interesting, but that was before I learned that GSE doesn't let you fail. It's all ended well once I got myself out of my way. In fact, I ended up liking it so much that I'm still around, working as a research analyst. So I'm still at the same building, different floor, pretty much doing what I was doing last year, but this time I can afford my rent. I will leave you with one insight that I gained from this experience. I will most probably not remember how to find corner solutions, but I now know that it's okay if your feathers get ruffled. If you're a big fish in a small pond, so to say, it is easy to feel good about yourself and how capable you are. However, if you choose to get out of your comfort pond and try something different, you might find yourself in a situation where you are now weaker, less capable, and may even face the possibility of failure. And that's where the magic happens. Class of 2018, I wish you many cocoons to leave behind and all the best luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
So let's have one of you for a few words. Nicolas, Charlton.
Hello, everyone. Before I begin, I want you to know that I've been given about the same amount of time to speak tonight as we had for our master's project, so it's going to be, so you know it won't be too long. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nicolas. Along with the wonderful Ava, I had the excellent experience of being student representative for the economics program. I'm honored, oh, Ava? I'm honored to have been asked to speak here today on behalf of the graduating class of 2018 in the Masters of Economics and Finance. As I'm sure you're tired of hearing congratulations from everybody, your parents, speakers, I'm just going to skip that right now and be a bit more efficient. I put in parentheses, pray to God people laugh a little. Since you didn't, I'll just move right on. There are countless people to thank for helping us to make it here today. On behalf of every student in finance and economics programs, I would like to begin by thanking the BGSE administration for their tireless work this year. Your help in the background, as well as in the foreground when answering our millions of questions via email, helped make sure that this year progressed with as few disruptions as possible. I would also like to thank our professors for their tireless dedication towards furthering our education, offering extended office hours during our time of need, and always being within reach and quickly responding to our many emails were both a godsend to us, your stressed out students. We're perhaps less thankful for the increase in gray hair production that we've suffered this year. So thank you to you. I would also like to thank our families for helping us get through this grueling year. Thank you to you, the fathers and the mothers, the brothers and sisters, the aunts and uncles, and the significant others. Whether you were thousands of miles away in an awkwardly different time zone, always willing to FaceTime us when we needed a morale boost, or here in Barcelona, ready to provide a comforting hug when exams seemed like too much to bear, you were here for us. Thank you. Finally, I'd like to thank the Stata or MATLAB wizard, which every assignment group could always count on. You were the real MVP. For weeks now, I've been trying to figure out what I should say. I wanted to be able to stand here and provide you all with some life advice, but I don't have much experience myself like our distinguished guests. I wanted to offer you wisdom, but I'm neither the eldest nor the smartest among us. I would have loved to be able to tell you how best you can leverage your education and the time you spent here this year, but I don't like cliches or platitudes, so I'll stay away from that as well. Instead, what I can offer you all is the following: a short review of those things we learned while living in Barcelona and studying at the BGSE, as well as some brief personal thoughts spoken from the heart that I hope will resonate with many of you. When I first started this program back in September, I did so with a double major in finance and economics and a minor in mathematics under my belt. Displaying enough confidence to make Dunning and Kruger blush, I figured I had developed enough marketable skills and knowledge at the undergrad level that this year would be a breeze. I was wrong. Nearly a year's passed now since we all arrived in Barcelona and started our brush-up courses. In that year, we've had the opportunity to learn a lot. We learned how to play with economic and financial models. We learned the various pitfalls of econometric analysis. Some of us even learned the arcane art of pricing financial derivatives, or how to properly conduct a behavioral experiment. And when we write on our CVs that we're proficient with Stata, that won't be as much a lie anymore as it used to be. But all of this pales in comparison to a few other things we learned this year. First, even those who dislike beer learned to love it after tasting Barcelonian water. Second, getting to the library early is key if you don't want every seat to be taken by seemingly unclaimed notebooks and computers. Third, we learned that living in a city by the beach is only cool if you have time to visit those beaches. Fourth, we learned that even if exam season isn't leaving you with enough time to cook your own food, there's only so much rincon or kebab or Lidl cookies that your body can handle. I loved my time here. Even if I think about all the hours spent hidden away in the library or in one of the few group study rooms, when I could have easily been out enjoying the perfect Barcelona weather, I still wouldn't trade this past year for anything. What all those moments had that those sunny beaches didn't were you, the graduating class of 2018. Thank you, Luigi. In 40-plus weeks, which spanned dozens of different classes and TA sessions, hundreds of readings, thousands of hours of studying, and an uncountable amount of café con leches para llevar, it was comforting to know that I was not alone. When every week I found myself locked in an epic struggle, trying to decipher my own handwritten notes, I knew that I could always count on you for help. Whenever it would inevitably occur that I would be stuck on a particularly difficult problem, I knew that I could always count on you for help. And when it came time to study for the inevitable 100% final, I knew that I could always count on you for help. I don't know how different the culture is in other universities, but I can say that the amount of support and cooperation that every one of you displayed towards your fellow classmates simply amazed me. It seemed to me that there was a genuine willingness to learn together, but more importantly, to learn from each other. And so, for making this year such an incredible experience, for your patience, your friendship, and camaraderie throughout the year, I want to thank you all. As we conclude the year with this evening festivities, remember what you've learned. Remember the grit and determination which helped you through long days of studying and short, sleepless nights of worrying. Remember also the compassion and teamwork your colleagues displayed, which helped you succeed in this demanding program. And succeed you did. Graduating class of 2018, congratulations on your achievement. I wish you all the best of luck and hope that you carry that willingness to learn and to work with others with you, wherever you go. Thank you all.